Okay, what else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we have a channel expose. The next thing we have to look at, someone left me a comment on one of my YouTube videos. And if you didn't know, I look at things that people send in. Usually, if you have something you want to send in for me to react to, you should send it in my Discord. There's a channel called Stream Ideas in my Discord. You just join my Discord and you can send it there. And that's where I get a lot of my videos that I react to. In fact, pretty much all of the videos that I react to come from that channel. So if you do want to send me things, you should send it there. But someone actually commented on a YouTube video and it got a lot of upvotes. And I do read most of my YouTube comments. So I ended up looking at this one. And it was called Muan Sweetwater Aquarium. And essentially, I believe it was an aquarium. I'm not sure where. I think it was Japan. I'm not sure where the aquarium was exactly. But it was an aquarium that someone built with the concept being that they could use brackish water to have saltwater and freshwater fish together. That was the idea. So they essentially created an aquarium where they just put brackish water in there and then had saltwater and freshwater fish in the same aquarium. And they called it Sweetwater. So whenever someone would ask, hey, isn't that a freshwater fish and that a saltwater fish? They would say, no, no, no. You see, we use something called Sweetwater so that they can all live together. But what the reality of it is, it was open for one day and then all of the fish died. But I thought it would be funny to look at and see the things. It was big. Like, they tried to open up this whole ass aquarium. Okay, so there's a largemouth bass, and there's some sort of, I don't know the species, but there's a largemouth bass and some sort of reef fish. And then there's a goldfish here. Not sure what this one is. But you can already tell that something is wrong when you see two largemouth bass and then a reef fish in the same tank swimming around. And it's like, yeah, they won't die. There's a carp. Okay, there's a carp. Oh my god. So there's reef fish, a carp, koi, parrotfish. Yeah. So basically, if you guys don't know, the reason that the salinity matters is because your body, or the fish's body, tries to keep a stasis, basically a homeostasis of its water levels. And so in salt water, fish will always have more, it's either more or less water than their environment, or so forth. And then in salt water, they'll always have the opposite. And that is how the fish's body is built. Unless they're made to go back and forth, then they have some sort of mechanism in their body for being able to tolerate both. But most fish are pretty specialized to saltwater or freshwater. And what happens is, if they go into the opposite one, they either completely dry out or they swell up completely. And it'll take a couple hours to happen because they're still in water. They can still breathe just fine. Breathing isn't the issue. The issue is they're going to either dry out or blow up. They're going to take in all of the water, or they're going to lose all of their water and desiccate. So that's what happens. So for a few hours, even maybe like a day, you can put a saltwater fish in freshwater or a freshwater fish in saltwater and have absolutely no, it won't look like there's repercussions happening, because the effects take a while to go on, because they can still breathe and swim around just as well. That's not the issue. The issue is their water retention. Yep, so there's a parrotfish eating with a yellow tang and some sort of, I assume, angelfish. And there's some clownfish. Oh, and freshwater angelfish hanging out with some clownfish. There's a gar and a lionfish next to a fucking tiger shovel nose and a fucking knife fish with the lionfish just chilling. Then we've got some what looks like native freshwater fish, probably. What's going on in the... Oh, that's the same tank we saw. It's a fucked up looking koi. Fancy carp. Clown trigger. See, they're even advertising that. They know that some are saltwater and some are freshwater. This isn't like an ignorance thing. They tell you which fish belong where. Leather carp, freshwater. Sea bass, saltwater. Blood parrot, freshwater. All in that one same tank. And some people in chat said, well, that you can like accustom fish to saltier water or to less salty water. And that's true, but it takes I don't know. To a degree, it is possible, but it is mostly impossible, I think. Lepisostiid, I know you've been talking about it in chat. I think for the most part, it's impossible. There are limits to what a fish can adapt to. Yes, with the right species. You're right. With the right species that have like good salinity range tolerance, you could have a brackish aquarium which has some freshwater fish. Like mollies, I believe, are really good at surviving in saltwater. They're well adapted to that. So you could have like a saltwater aquarium with well adapted mollies in it or something like that. But this is just so poorly executed, obviously. Yellow tang. Bannerfish. I think I've ever heard it called that. Angel. Lipstick tang. And so this video is an advertisement, I assume, by the way. I don't actually know. I know this video is posted by a channel that's like making fun of them, but I don't know what the actual... if it's an advertisement. If this was an actual advertisement or if this was recorded by someone who went there. But I do know most of the story and that it is just weird and awful. It's just so weird to see. I guess, if nothing else, they probably got some cool pictures of the fish together, but you could have just photoshopped them in. You didn't need to do all this. I mean, some of these images are just fucking crazy. Like, what is that? Isn't that a native? Is that a native loach? Shrimp. Dude, those natives are so cool. This must not be Japan, because I don't think Japan has natives that look like this. This must be South Asia. I would think this would be Southeast Asia with how pretty these look like cyprinids. Assuming they're natives. Maybe they just got them elsewhere. You can already see some of the fish are getting fucky, though. That guy's wonky. The angelfish is wonky. Silver arowana next to a dog-face pufferfish. Bro, they just combined all of the tanks at the aquarium. A fine-spotted flounder. With gar? You got flounder in a tank with gar, man? Japan does have native fish, but I don't think they have many native cyprinids. I think that's more a Southeast Asia thing. In the Sweetwater Aquarium, freshwater fishes like carp, crucian carp, colosoma, arowana, and saltwater fishes like butterfly fish, angelfish, surgeonfish, goby are living together. Wow. The Sweetwater Aquarium is so magical. I don't know where it was. I thought I saw some Japanese text on the glass. That's why I said it might have been Japan. Living together and dying together. Well, theoretically, they had to pick one, right? Is the water saltwater or is the water freshwater? Or did they use brackish? If they used brackish water, then probably every fish is going to die. If they picked one, at least only half of the fish are going to die. It said Muan. Muan is in Botswana. That doesn't seem right. Pretty sure I saw text in Japanese and every person there is Asian. There's not a single non-Asian person there. So Muan may be in Botswana, but I don't think that this is a Botswana aquarium. Anyways. Whoa.